Hey, love for again. I hope everybody is doing blessed, and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the support, and you're watching the videos and knowing that you can relate to the things that I speak on is truly a blessing to me. And y'all know how to pull on the heartstrings with a girl, and it's just like, ugh, can y'all stop? But I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. It's something that you need when you have gone through, so much sadness in your life. Is truly appreciated. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. And if you have been watching the videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my video. And if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you the way you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of the video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel the videos are very uplifting, informative to you, or just give you good vibes, that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment, um, that needs, spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart, for the support you've been giving me on the videos, as well as sharing and, just supporting the channel as a whole. Is uh, truly appreciated. So I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. The music I'm listening to in the bag is called 528 hertz, positive energy, miracle healing frequency, ancient frequency music, detoxing your heart. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyoka is healing from a heartbreak is a gift within itself. It sure is. And at that time that you're truly going through those transitions of, getting your heart broken, you don't see it as a blessing in disguise, because a lot of times you have to feel that pain to appreciate the love. A lot of things that we, especially when it comes to like partners, life partners, or, marriages, or even being in a relationship with somebody for a long period of time, it ends because you're so used to certain things going a certain way. But the universe has something far more greater for you down that path. You have to allow yourself to go through certain changes in your life that may hurt you. The truth hurts, but you have to be grateful for those truths, because it allows you to change the things that can really be damaging towards you in your path, you as a person, as a spiritual being. I've gone through mine, and it was just like, I appreciate what that heartbreak meant to me. And it was just like me going through so much at that time, finding out about my spiritual gifts. Dad passed away, found out family had something to do with me not being able to connect. That was just a lot of things that I had to really go through. And that when I'm allowing myself to make peace with all those different things, it allowed me to love myself more when I did not do that. I used to always, you know, bypass my happiness to make sure somebody else was complete, willing. That was really hurting me, because I didn't feel like being alone. I never really had love like that, where I can connect with my family. I did with my mom, but it wasn't in the type of way that will be normal. So, I love my mom. She went through a lot of, changes and heartbreak. She was with her husband for like 20 some years, 28. I think I was almost 28, 29 years. And, to find out, it was just like nothing to him, to leave her, because what she wanted for my life. And, and I really hate that happened with her. But, a lot of things has came to surface, where a lot of times we have to appreciate heartbreak to be able to achieve the love that's truly deserving. A lot of times you have to let go of what's good so you can be open to something that's coming that's a lot better. And it's just a lot of things that happens for a reason. At times, you're going through so many different things at that time, but then when everything is all said and done, you'll understand why it had to happen that way. And it's just like with my situation, I'm like, God, dog, if this wasn't talking about me reflecting his strength, I don't know what was. Because I had to go through so many different things at one time. Healing from grief, which is still something, but it's not. I'm making peace with what is going on, even though I really may not understand what is taking place in my life. Even though I haven't got closure, I had to find that peace within myself. If I did not want to lose, my everlasting mind, I had to do that for myself. Being able to be open, because I'm blessed to have that spiritual connection with that family of loved ones over on the other side that I can connect strongly with when it's time. It's truly beneficial to me, and it's like it is a gift because it allows you to change things. A lot of times we settle. A lot of times we be in a relationship just to say we're in one. A lot of times people find the ideal of being married as something like a picket fence. It's not all about that. They fall in love with the fact of being in love in a marriage. And it takes you know strength to hold a good foundation of a marriage together. I've never been married, but I know what the heck I'm looking for. I had to go through all those different things to say what I am going to deal with and what I'm not. What do I have to bring up to the table? You have to have that open line of communication. You have to have a strong support group within both of you, to say, okay, I want this to work. If we need counseling, let's get to counseling. Having open mind of communication. I always tell people, you can't assume that even though this might be your soulmate, they don't know every single thing that you're thinking. So you have to have that open line of communication with among both of y'all for you to have that understanding. You're not never going to bed mad because you never know that could be their last time you waking up, and then you have that on your mind that y'all didn't say all these different things. So you have to be, allow yourselves to cool off, walk it off, do something, take a breather, and then you come back. And being able to talk amongst things and be open about how things made you feel. And I always tell people, it'll be somebody I'm connecting with and they're like, oh, such and such got on my nerves. And I was just like, and they know what they did and all this. I said, don't allow your pride to get in your way. And that's a lot of times people mess up, is when they allow their pride to get in the way. I'm not saying sorry first that they were wrong. A lot of times, two wrongs don't make a right. And some people are like, well, no, but it makes us even though, and all those different things. But it's like when you allow yourself to really truly see a heartbreak, they're when they want you to depart ways from things because they got so much better for you down the line. It's just like I made that video the other day. Rejection is, the universe protection for you, because they seen a hot mess that you were in, and they really truly wanted so much better for you. And a lot of times you have to go through that it can even be a best friend. It can even be, a co-worker that you are really tight with. There is always a reason why. It was just a season, not a lifetime expectation, but a season. And sometimes we get upset about that because we put too much expectations on people we connect with, and at times I get in my feelings too. It's just like I can have a really strong connection with somebody that, understands what I'm going through as I'm understanding them. And it doesn't even have to be like a partner thing. It could just be somebody that you just really mess with. You go hard for that person. Y'all understand each other's needs and, needing that person to vent to. And all of a sudden, they go on about their business. I said, what? I promise you, I'm never going to get close to anybody like that again. But then I'd allow myself to say, in fact, is, maybe they needed to connect with you for you to be that mother hen, just to help them get through those things, being able to help them see their ways of transition and go about, and it's just like you're teaching a bird, you're a mother bird or whatever, and you're just teaching your baby how to fly. And then when you finally do that, you go on there, you go on your way and they go on theirs, even though that's a sad thing, but sometimes that happens. And it has to happen within people, even though it happens with animals, it goes on with people too. So you have to understand that you're being somebody's blessing as they are a blessing to you, because it's like everything that I've been going through for the last few years, I can really say, even when it was bad or good, it brought me a blessing that was needed, that was validated. You have that strength to be able to help others along the way. That didn't mean that we're going to stay in your life forever. You maybe needed to show them how to heal with things that is hard to understand, or being able to allow them to be secure in their craft, being stronger in the things that they have to make peace with. And it's hard at times, especially when you're finding somebody that mirrors the things that you need to make peace within your heart. I've connected with people in that way too, and I was just like, gosh, I'm not saying it was bad about that person, but it allows you to see from a different state of mind about how these people are going about their things, that you also go through them too. And I really had to make peace with myself, because it's like, even when I thought I was at peace with things, you don't realize that the empathic healing that you have to go through, it goes in layers. You think you might be, I've made posts about it, and I know a lot of y'all, if you're familiar with my community posts, you have heard me say that, a lot of times you can feel like you're healed from certain things that really took you a long time to make peace with, and then it'll come back and there'll be layers of something else you forgot, that the things you were healing from, or this person that is really did some damage in your life. You're making peace with that. We all want justice for things that has happened in our life, or we all want answers to things that has really taken place in our life, that was hard for you to let go of. And a lot of times we don't realize just the things that we speak on, the people we hang around, or the things that we hold on to can keep us from our blessings. And it's just like, universe, spirit guides, even your loved ones that has passed on, that's assisting you on your path. They're telling you, we know it's hard for you to make peace in your heart for what is just taking place in your life. It can be very shocking. It can be very traumatizing, but we needed you to understand what was taking place in your life. And a lot of times you have to be hurt for you to be able to heal on a deeper level. And a lot of times people don't understand that, like, even though you've been going through something and you go into an initial heartbreak. I was with my ex for almost 21 years on and off, and that was very toxic, because he was always, it was some way like he was older than me, and it was kind of like a father figure. As soon as I said that, tarot card names with Sagittarius came up, and he's a Sagittarius. Oh gosh, that's creepy. But he really put me through a whirlwind of things. That I also did the same for him. We were very toxic, and he brought out a lot of darkness in me that I didn't know was there. But then when I allow myself to see the changes that has taken place in my life from that toxic situation, when you're talking about, I'm so blessed on so many levels that I went through this. It was very hard because I was going through everything at one time. Not like, okay, this happened and then, a couple of months later, this happened. No, I was dealing with it all at one time. I'm like, can things get any worse? Oh, yeah, let me just add on this. And that really allowed me, now when I can sit here now, and allows me to see, girl, dad, you are really strong. For you to deal with something like that and still be in your right mind, it opens your spiritual antennas up wide the heck open. Like it was like a floodgate that came open and bust the levee on all the knowledge you needed, all the love that you were comforted with, because it allowed me to be bold within myself. And I mean, I truly appreciate that. And I tell him at times, he said, if you don't get out my face, I said, I'm true. I'm so glad that you put me through so much hell, because see, I see the true you. The people out there you dealing with does not see that yet. Their lesson and the blessings coming. Trust and believe that. But you have to be able to pray for people like that, because a lot of time we don't feel like, we always wonder why we connect strongly with sociopaths, psychopaths and narcissists. We needed them as they needed us. They needed to know, even though when we go through tragedy and stuff like that along their line, you're willing to heal on what things that's really hurt you. They're willing to place blame and justify everything that they touch, that they feel like this is something they're entitled to do, and you're showing totally opposite. So they're both, we are examples for both. I was like, oh, that's deep, but you're doing that to where you can be able to mirror out even though you've experienced so much heartache and pain, why don't you see how I elevate from that storm that I get constantly placed in dealing with folks like you? And they feel like, okay, this person that hurt me, so every person that reminds me of the person that really hurt me, it's like me getting payback. And it's not. It's just letting you know that person that really hurt you to the core has that much profound power over you. You're willing to hurt anybody that relates to some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion to that person. And that's where the initial healing needs to take place in their life. But that's not our choice. That has to be theirs. And so when you allow yourself to be that positive example, it's just like everything needs um, a balance to it. You're that positive as they're that negative, and sometimes they could be that positive and you can be that negative. It's all needed for things to equal out. And those are the things that strengthen you about it. And it was like when I found out, I'm like, God, okay, Roslynn, you get it. You understand. You're dumbitdown.com, and now you understand what had to take place in your life for you to really heal. And I'm very I benefit that, because there are some times I used to have anger in my voice. He did this to me, and he did that, and he did this. And I'm allowing myself to say, you know what? I seen what he did. I knew what he was doing, but I felt like my love was strong enough for him to stop doing what he did to hurt me. But as long as you allow somebody, you giving them that gateway to use you as a, as a doormat, shoot, they're gonna take advantage of that. And the more you keep taking people back like that, they lose respect for you, because they always feel like, oh, I can say sorry, I can buy some flowers, or oh, I can get them in the bedroom and really, turn up on some stuff, turn up. And the next thing you know, they put that little twinkle dust on you and everything's fine. And I'm just like, in my life, when I feel like there's more in life than sex, even though that's an important thing, but a lot of time people feel like they can answer, that's the thing to heal all things, when people know they can do some swerve action in the bed, hip thrust, or whatever you want to call it, and everything will be fine. Well, no, that's not it. And I said, this is all you got, that you don't want much. You don't want much. I want to have stability in my life. Not somebody, that's good to be able to have somebody in a good bed mate, but you need to have all the other attributes along with that. And where you're young in the mind like that, and you can be old and still be young in the mind about that. Oh, all I got to do, is just give them this and they'll be okay. And, and it's sad when that's all you got to offer. And I'm just like, no, I'm about mine. I need self-respect. I don't need to be, as soon as I step out your sight, that you harping on the next person like that doesn't make me feel special. That doesn't make me feel like I'm wanted. If that's what those other people like, that's more to it. I was there at that one point, but I'm blessed for the things that I've encountered in my life, because that heartbreak was the best thing that ever happened to me, along with me healing from things that was hard for me to do. And I had to really allow myself to go down that line, because if you really want that love in your life that you deserve, those are those times you need to step off to yourself. That's why I always tell people, don't, there's a singer called K Michelle. And I say, don't have that K Michelle syndrome. And they're like, what's that? Don't, when you have messed up situations with that one, you find another one to get over that other one. You don't need that type of stuff. Those are the times you need to take that grief period of you allowing yourself to sit with yourself and understand, what, this is what took place in my life. Allow me to see where the problems lie at, so I can fix that in myself and heal from whatever has transpired. Because it was like they showed little Easter eggs all the time that this was not good for you. And a lot of times we ignore those little red flags, Easter eggs that has been placed in our face. And then we understand, well, I did everything. Okay, but you can't force somebody to love you that don't love themselves. You can't force somebody to respect you that don't respect themselves. That's something you can't make somebody do. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. You can give all the love in the world, but it's like they have to be able to give that love within themselves for them to get the love that they deserve. So when you allow yourself to see the things that you had to go through initial heartbreak, yes, it's going to hurt like hell, but you need to go through that moment of heartbreak. It's not going to last forever, but it's showing you of things that needs to be in your better interest for you to be in a relationship that is going to have that foundation that's going to last. You have to have trust. If that person is willing to, I see a lot of people that do that. Hell, I even did it back in the day. These women be getting mad at these other women for sleeping around with their men. I say you need to use that same energy that you giving on them women, because the women ain't supposed to be loyal to you, and these women like, oh well, they knew he was married and they knew this because it's like them celebrity type folks. And I said, well, truth be told, he did too. So you can't get on that woman about what she's doing because that woman is not loyal to you. She doesn't have to be, but he should. And I used to be that one of the type of people I was ready to skull drag somebody because they don't slept with my man. Now I'm just like, you know what? That same skull drag I was about to give on her, I'm gonna give it to him first. Because you ain't gonna disrespect me like that. She don't owe me loyalty, but he do. And and a lot of times women don't see that, or you got to fight over a man that you feel like you owned up to. I had women wanting to fight me over that. I was like, are you gonna fight me over my baby daddy? Really, my baby daddy? You only been with him for a quick minute, but he has a child with me, and they were threatened by that. And then it was just like I said, before I end up being on the next 48 or the next 58, I'm gonna allow myself to separate from you because this is too toxic for me. And I had to allow myself to break wind of that, break peace. I couldn't deal with it. And it's just like a lot of things that I've seen take place, when we hear about even celebrities going through certain things and it's being on repetitive. And it's just like I was telling a friend today, and I say, we all can have our fair share of our opinions, but it's all about people having to learn their lessons. They all got to go through paths. Sometimes you got to be stupidly mistreated for you to get it. Like, especially with these celebrities is going back and they man to sit up here in public and embarrass them by sleeping around with somebody else. And as soon as you allow yourself to make peace with what has happened and you trying to move on, all of a sudden that person trying to harp back on you again because they don't want to see you happy with somebody else, which is very selfish. Because I feel like you should never entitle yourself to be with anybody, whether it's a male going for a woman or vice versa. You don't never put your love in somebody if you never have that intention on doing that and following up on that. That's very selfish. Don't come up in somebody else's life and disrupt it when you know you have no plans on loving somebody, because sometimes that can be very dangerous. People come up dead nowadays. I heard about this IG model, beautiful as I don't know what. But you get mad. You over here showing all off everything, your goods and all this stuff. But you want to sit up here and either she shot him or she stabbed him or something. But now you had all this going for you, but then you want to get mad. You can't get mad at somebody if you being a showcase. I don't understand how married women do that. I said, nah, I feel like regardless if, that's what you do before you get married and you're not in a relationship, do what you do. But I feel like everything that you took that oath, you get married, I don't feel like that person should be showing off their goods unless it's to their man. Don't be all that gyrating and stuff like that. That should be for your husband and your wife only. Everybody shouldn't be seeing that. But everybody got a different way of doing things. But you allow yourself to take that grief period of healing, doing what's good for you, doing what's good, because if you want to get into that relationship where you're ready to get to that point where you want to get married, not the fact of being married. Some people just want that, oh, I want to get married, picket fence and all that stuff, but you have to be ready. Getting in a marriage is not always like that. You have to have somebody who's willing to be married to. And some people feel like, he's doing all this and this and that, he's being a man whore, she's doing a female whore or whatever. And I feel like, oh, if I marry them, it's going to stop. No, it's not. That's just going, they feel like, oh, okay, they think in their brain, if they get married to him, that's going to stop. No ring and no kid is going to keep somebody from dogging you. It has to be a person that really, truly loves you. So when you allow yourself to go through that heartbreak and really go through it, have that respect for yourself. Yeah, it might hurt. You might miss this person, but you have to love yourself more first. If you want something better out there, you have to be willing to do that work. Allow yourself to be in solitude. I always tell people you can go out and have a movie with somebody or want to go out there, but don't expect anything serious to be going on when you still need to heal. Yeah, I understand people get lonely all the time. Shoot, I've been doing it for 3 years, over 3 years, and I am so happy. I'm serious. I'm so happy because I got too many things going on in my life where what's meant for me will be for me. I don't chase anything. If I don't even get good vibes off of you, or you don't give me chills when you say a simple hello, oh, Amar, you are not about to waste my time, because time you can't get back. Time don't even exist, and you ain't gonna waste something that I may need for something better. So I allow myself to go through these different situations and heal, where I need to do that. And then when it's open that time for me, divine timing, it's all about that. You need to take that time out for yourself and be fair to yourself. and heal where it needs to be healed at. So when it's time for you, you'll be blessed with somebody. They'll be looking for the same thing you've been searching for this whole time. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of the video. I said when I said I'm gonna go ahead and do that first emotional video now because I hate being emotional, but it's just the fact is when you can cry tears of joy of being able to feel comforted amongst your your peers or soul family. It's a good comfort to know people can understand you on that deep level. People can understand how it feels to love so hard, or feel things in that intense way, that it's okay to be that way. You're being happy because you're finding somebody that can understand the things that you're going through, the changes that are taking place, you trying to find that peace in your heart when you have a war zone up in your thoughts. So that's good for that. And I appreciate y'all for the support. Y'all send me beautiful comments. Just being able to know that the love and information I give you is being reciprocated right back to me, and I really truly appreciate that. Y'all, I'll be sending virtual hugs to y'all. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. I solely appreciate that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give a post notification shout out to Marla Hensler and Richard Downing. Much love to you, and Tyler Winter. Y'all, if you would have sent me some comments from like about a few days ago, I thought when I first did my videos, I thought I finished them all, and just didn't realize because I say universe. I don't know why I'm about to say T-Mobile. I ain't never had T-Mobile in my life. YouTube has changed their settings for content creators. So it's just like if you accidentally press something like the reload thing, I didn't realize it was just the comments from that certain video. So I'm just like, I went back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got like about 10 or 15 more that I haven't even did. So I apologize to you if if I have, it's been like 4 or 5 days and I have not replied to you. I do deeply apologize, but I will be replying back to that after I finish these videos. I truly am. So I do apologize about that. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, thumbs up, drop a line. I would love to give you a post notification shout out. If you want to get in touch with me privately and want to speak one-on-one, that is, I'm there. You can hit me up at Facebook Messenger, look me up under my name, make sure you spell it correctly, because a lot of times like, Roslynn, I can't find you. People email me as well, but it's quicker to find me on, Facebook Messenger. You don't have to have the actual page to get the app of Messenger, because I know a lot of people don't really like dealing with social media, and I can truly understand. So you don't have to have that page to have Messenger, and anything we talk about is confidential. It stays there, and I'll assist you the best way I can. If you're in the US of A, Pacific Standard Time, you can hit me up between 10 o'clock in the morning until 10:30 in the afternoon. Evening. And that goes on for 7 days a week. Before 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't do unless it's extreme emergency. And after 10:30 is the same thing unless it's extreme emergency. If you're overseas, that does not count with you. And when you send me stuff, because I know I deal with a lot of people overseas, so I can be able to reply back to you. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So I will see y'all on my next video. Much love to you. Peace and be wild.